optimistic about Ennis being able to play on Saturday?
I don't know anything about the case or the hearing, and it's really been out of our hands, so I really can't answer that question.
So you're kind of waiting like the rest of the world?
I'm just like everybody else around here. Yep.
John, what kind of, they're really long, North Carolina is in the front court. What kind of challenges does that present for you guys?
Presents a big challenge. Zeller's a 7-footer who can really run. Henson is 6'10". Even Knox is big coming off the bench. The biggest thing for our guys is going to be getting back on defensive transition, because they do a great job of getting early post position, and that is their first look. I mean, everybody who plays them forever is defensive transition. You can't allow them easy baskets. You got to make their post players work, and don't give them any angles to the goal.
John, their guards have struggled some. What do you think about their guard play, and is that something you think maybe you guys can take advantage of?
Well, I think people are saying that they're struggling because of the Illinois game. I mean, that was, their first true road game. I like their speed because the style that they play, it enables their kids to get it out and go and look to hit ahead and try to get to the rim, and they can do that. And they're at home, so of course they're going to feel more comfortable about knocking down shots, and they're at North Carolina for a reason. So just like our guys are here for a reason. So no one's in a slump when you're getting ready to play them.
This is the first real road test for you guys in North Carolina. How do you prepare these guys for a hostile environment like North Carolina?
Well, it's not like football where you blare the music and whatnot. I mean, we're just, we're coming up. We were off yesterday. We're getting ready to practice here today. Everything that we're going to do in practice today is focused on getting ready for this next game, and that's how we do it once we, get into the season. You game plan, and every drill that you do is specific to what your opponent runs.
Communication, is that huge in a hostile environment that some of these young players have not dealt with?
Absolutely. And I thought we got better at it last game, both offensively and defensively. And that's important because not only is it just your point guard, but it's everybody. And you have to relay calls to one another. You're not going to be able to hear sometimes. So, you have to rely on each other and trust one another.
John, how important is it for veterans like Darius and DeAndre, first road game, to maybe show the way, set the pace, set a tone?
I don't think these kids understand. I don't know what type of, what you could do to, besides getting them together and say, let's just all stay together. And don't forget, Darius is really the only one that's, been a starter on the road, in a game like this, in front of a crowd like this, not a game, because it's one of the bigger arenas out there, and I'm sure that they'll be fine.
He was talking, it's been years now, about being more assertive and taking the initiative more. I noticed Darius, he had no shots in the first half against Boston. I know he had foul trouble.
Well, he was in foul trouble, and when you get in foul trouble, it's tough to shoot it from the bench. But
how do you think he's done initiative-wise?
I think he's improving every day. I think our whole team has since we've gotten back to Maui, and they're taking that upon themselves to get one another going, to let the coaches talk less, and for them to take that responsibility.
Is that what you're looking for the players to talk more, for you guys to instruct less?
Oh yeah, I think every coach in every sport does, and we're no different than any other sport. The less coaching we have to do, the better. That means that they're doing the things that, we're asking them to do.
So when you talk less, does that mean you guys are smarter coaches?
He's the head coach. I'm just an assistant.
John, talk about Harrison Barnes. What do you see out of him?
Very talented player. I've never seen him play in person, just on tape. But at 6'7", 6'8", he's a jump shooter that can create his own shot. They look to him for big shots. They'll run some isolations for him, and good offensive rebounder. You know, I think they're expecting a lot. I think it's unfair what the media has done with him. I think there's been people that have said that, but he sure is a talent. He's a pro. I mean, he's a definite pro, and we have our hands full with him because of his size.
Is he one of those guys that, eventually he's going to start hitting his shots, you just don't want it to be against you?
Knock on wood as much as you can before this game.
John, when you talk about that, the expectations placed on him, you guys had some of that with John Wall. Did you guys do anything in particular with him? Did you talk to him about those things?
No, I mean, I think, John was I think both kids seem to be very mature kids, and they handle it amongst themselves. You'd have to ask, what they do. John was just so level-headed, and he did a terrific job. And I know Cal did a great job just, staying on him. And John was one that would, give credit to his teammates, and that's what made him such a special player and a special person.
I was watching Duke and Michigan State last night. I believe they said that Krzyzewski was telling his players, this is a program game. It's not about ratings, top 25, none of that stuff. It's about program against program. Do you guys look at this game as something like that?
Well, I was sleeping during that game last night, so I didn't see it. I saw the score this morning. No, I mean, ever since I've worked for Cal and what he's taught us and what he teaches these guys, it's the next game on the schedule. And I know it's a cliche, but it's an important game because it's the next game, and it's different. This is Kentucky. I mean, it's every team that you play is going to give Kentucky their best shot. So I wouldn't necessarily say.
Is the reverse true in a sense for this game, where you guys want to give North Carolina your best shot?
We want to give everybody our best game. Now, whether we do that or not, we'll see that when we play. But, our goal is to try to win them all. I mean, and you're defeated if you go into it not thinking that you can play.
What sense do you have of your young guys going into this kind of environment?
I couldn't, because we haven't seen them since after the BU game, because we were off yesterday. So we're getting ready to go out here and practice, and I'm sure it'll be a spirited practice.